We all want to get more things done, but this usually comes with the added expense of working long hours, not socializing, and kind of becoming this dehumanized robot. Which is why in this week's video, I'm going to show you my top tips to help boost your productivity so you're doing less work and getting more done. Now, before we begin, I just want to raise something with you guys. I personally feel that most people have simple dreams like myself, such as happiness, having a family, finding love, things like that. But unfortunately, in this day that we live, a lot of this has now changed where we're being told to kill it, to crush it, to be the best, to break down every barrier, to climb every mountain. And I honestly think it would be a waste of human experience to devote yourself entirely to this conquest. And sadly, this is the way we are made to think right now, to be the best, to be better, to be sharper, to be smarter, and so on. So I really do hope that the tips I give you today help improve your productivity so you can have more time to enjoy life's simple things. Now let's begin. Okay, so one of the most effective productivity tips that I find helpful is by Professor Cal Newport of Georgetown University, which is the theory of deep work. So here's how it works. We have deep work and we have shallow work. So let's say, for example, I have to write a really important piece. This kind of work we will refer to as deep work. Now, deep work is your concentration sweet spot, where you can achieve the most. Now, the shallow work is the more simple tasks that require little cognitive effort. For example, responding to emails or filling out forms. So shallow work can easily fill our day, and it can be very distracting, where it rarely contributes to our wider objective. So it doesn't have much value, and generally speaking, you won't feel that satisfied from doing it. But please remember this, you have to be conscious about what you choose to be your shallow work. And the reason this method works so well is that it gives you the ability to focus more time on the deep work. So what you're able to do is pause the shallow work, spend more time on the deep work, prioritize it, produce better quality work, instead of having an endless cycle of shallow work, which is slowing you down. Now let's move on to your working day. Look, I know at the start of the video I said we all want to get as much done as possible, but this doesn't mean that you have to work all day and all night, because this can actually be quite counteractive. So you need to be strict as to when you start work and when you finish work. Look, you need to be really strict about this, and it's a very difficult mindset to get used to, because we're all constantly trying to get finished all the deep work and shallow work that we just discussed. And the best way to do this is to slowly ease yourself into a more relaxed state towards the end of the day. So look at your work you have left and write a short plan on how you're going to work tomorrow, and remember to categorize into deep and shallow work. Now, once you've done that, close everything. So close your laptop, close your books, close whatever you use, and say something out loud like, "Job done." It's similar to when the bell used to ring at school when you were done. So these sounds, or the word we use, will signal the end of your working day. Now, if you're someone who likes a bit more structure, then you may actually benefit from pyramid goals. And this was designed by psychology professor Angela Duckworth. So here's how it works. Imagine that you have a pyramid. Actually, look at that. This will have to make do. I mean, I'm not in Egypt, I'm in Greece, but I'll have to make do. Imagine you have a pyramid. At the top of your pyramid, you have your top level goals. So the top level goal is your life purpose. So for example, it might be to have a happy, loving family. Now underneath that, your top level goal is your mid-level goals. And your mid-level goals are gonna allow you to achieve your top level goal. So the mid-level goals are more discrete yet large. So for example, it might be completing your training at work, or helping out with a community project, or even taking your family out on a vacation. And underneath the mid-level goals are low-level goals, which are specific tasks or things we can actually do in the short term. But you have to try and make sure that these goals are specific, measurable, actionable, so they can actually be done, and timely. For example, do 3 hours of learning on a topic, doing the washing, or helping your child with their homework. So this is a really good technique to utilize, and if it does help you, you can also make a similar pyramid model for more specific tasks. So at the top of the pyramid, let's say you have that piece of work you need to write up, and underneath it, you can have the tasks feeding into it to actually achieve the goal. The next thing I'd like to discuss is keeping those stress levels low. Look, we all know that completing deep work or completing those top mid-level goals that we just discussed, they take time. This is normal. And these require intense levels of concentration. So what's going to happen? Your stress levels are going to go up and your productivity is going to come down. So you need to start rewarding yourself and taking breaks. So every 30 minutes, aim to have a 5-minute break. 30 minutes, 5-minute break. And during that time, don't do what everyone does. Don't pull out that phone. Instead, move around, go for a walk, or even talk to your colleagues and friends to help refresh your brain. Studies have actually shown that a 5-minute walking break can help improve your mood and actually make you feel less tired. This kind of overworking and not taking any breaks to relax can be really bad for our health. And I actually talk about it further while I discuss the science behind it in another video that I did all about burnout. So if you are interested about learning more about burnout and how to prevent it, I will link it in this video, so feel free to check it out. Thank you for watching this week's video. I really hope my tips help to improve your productivity so you have more time to enjoy life's simple things that we discussed right at the start of the video. Also, if you have any of your own tips, please leave a comment below because I'd love to read it, and I'm sure everyone else watching this will too. Always remember you're awesome, and I will see you next week. Look, I know at the start of the video I said we all want to get done as much as we can possible.
No, get as much done as possible.
Which is why in this week's video, I'm going to show you some top tips to help boost your productivity so you're getting more done. See that there?
What? No, you're doing really well.
I'm going to edit my word at the end. What I mean, man?
It's fine, we've got all day, there's no time limit for this. That's right, dab your sweat.
This is it.
Let me itch my feet. Okay. This grass is really itchy. Okay.
You see, I feel like most people, you see, this is what I have to deal with when I'm filming. Well, guys like this guy. Who drives a car up this road? Seriously, like, look at all this thing. Look at this dust I'm having to inhale now. Anyway, let's do this. Now, if you're someone who likes a bit more structure, then you may
Berifit? What is Berifit?
That's it. Could you see the gum in my mouth?
No. Wonderful.
Let's do one more.
My eyes are going cross-eyed.
Now, ready? I mean, you can pull it a bit further out, like.
Oh my god, yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this week's video. Make sure to click that like, follow, or subscribe button now to stay up to date with new weekly videos.